While washing my girlfriend's clothes, I discovered a large hole in her yoga pants. The location of the tear was unspeakable. I was stunned. She'd never worn yoga pants around me before. I remember these pants. She bought them at a specialty store. They were a name brand, good quality. What kind of exercise could cause such a large rip? My heart sank. Unless it was deliberate. I couldn't recall us ever engaging in that kind of play in bed. Standing in a bathroom, holding the yoga pants, I couldn't help but let my mind wander. The more I thought, the more uneasy I became. The more I thought, the greener my head felt. Just then, my girlfriend sent me a WeChat message. Baby, I have to work late tonight. Extra training for this member. You'll have to take care of dinner yourself. My girlfriend, Guo Li, is a fitness trainer. Back then, I was still a fitness newbie and wanted to find a coach to guide me. I took a liking to her immediately and bought 20 sessions in one go. Later, during our training sessions, we developed feelings for each other and entered a sort of ambiguous period. After we got together, she promised me she'd only train female clients and transferred all her male clients to other trainers. But not long ago, I accidentally discovered messages from a male client on her phone. I immediately confronted her. She said that if she didn't take on this male client, she wouldn't meet her performance targets for the month. I knew the gym business hadn't been doing well lately. Plus, their chat logs seemed normal, so I didn't push it further. But recently she'd been working late frequently, saying the gym was busy. At first, I didn't think much of it, assuming she was genuinely busy. Now it seemed something was wrong. Definitely something damn wrong. Suppressing my anger, I replied, "What time do you finish? I'll pick you up." "Oh, no need, baby. This female client has a weak foundation. I need to spend more time with her. I have to be responsible since she's paid, and I don't know how late it'll be." A female client? Like hell I believe that. I immediately changed my clothes and headed out, flooring it straight to the gym. When I arrived, I didn't go in through the main entrance. Because the receptionists all knew me, I couldn't risk tipping her off. I circled around and entered the gym through the side door. Guo Li had told me about it before. After searching for a while, I finally found them in the yoga room. What I saw nearly made me faint. I saw Guo Li and a man embracing. They were doing something indescribable. This is a female member? This is the responsibility she talks about? She really doesn't treat me like a human being. Moving closer, I could even hear their conversation. "Ouch, don't pinch so hard. My husband will find out." "Wouldn't it be more exciting if he found out? You're so annoying. Am I much better than your husband?" "Don't mention that idiot. It's a mood killer." "Then should we call your idiot husband? I really enjoyed it last time." "Oh, you're so bad. Holy crap. So I've already been a part of their play." A surge of anger rushed through me. I wanted to rush in and kill them right then and there. But reason told me not to be impulsive. Even if I exposed them now, the result would at most be a big fight, and then Guo Li and I would break up. That would be letting them off too easily. I quickly recorded everything with my phone and then quietly went home. "Just you wait. If I don't ruin your reputations, my name isn't Sue. I remember that man. He's the male member I found on Guo Li's phone before. His name is Zhang Yang, 20 years old, and he looks like a college student. The reason I noticed him is because he has delicate features and is quite handsome. The type most girls like." After returning home, I sent the photos to my childhood friend, Ahao, and asked him to help me investigate this guy's background. Ahao entered society early, has a wide network, and knows how to get things done. He's the perfect person for this job. I told Ahao everything that happened. After hearing it, he jumped even higher than I did. "Damn it. Is that kid tired of living? Should I take a few brothers to deal with him?" "Not yet. Let's investigate clearly first. They'll be crying when the time comes." Ahao agreed and told me to wait for his news, saying he'd get back to me by tomorrow at the latest. Guo Li didn't come back until after 9 o'clock that night. I'm exhausted. The members are so difficult to teach these days. She stretched and complained to me. "My dear, you've worked hard. Go take a shower. I'll make you some late-night snacks," I said dotingly. I was faking it. It made me sick. "You're so good, baby." She then leaned in to kiss me. Thinking about how she had just passionately kissed another man with that mouth, my stomach churned, and I almost threw up. I dodged and rushed into the kitchen. After making a few simple dishes, I secretly checked her phone while she was still showering. But unfortunately, everything seemed normal. Apart from her dad and her younger brother, she hadn't even chatted with any other men. Something must be fishy. They were all over each other tonight. There's no way they don't chat privately. I wouldn't believe it if you killed me. She must have a burner phone. Before going to bed, Guo Li clung to me, wanted to make love. I refused, using the excuse of being too tired from work. Hilarious. Like she deserves to touch me now. I'm afraid she'll infect me with something. After making sure she was asleep, I quietly went to the living room and started searching through her bag. A glimmer of light caught my eye. It was her tablet, and the screen was still on. Heaven is helping me. I eagerly opened WeChat. I'd never seen this account before. It must be a secondary account she created. Her top contact was someone nicknamed Husband. The profile picture didn't match mine. It was clearly that Zhang Yang. She's never even called me husband. After reading their chat history, my scalp tingled, and I felt like I'd fallen into an icy abyss. He's so ugly, like a goddamn goblin. I feel like throwing up every time I see him. He's just my dog. He has to buy me whatever I want. And when I'm angry, he doesn't even dare to fart. There's no way I'd marry him. Spend my life with him? I'd rather die. Besides, my parents have been telling me to find someone richer. After I get the demolition compensation from his hometown, honey, we'll fly away together. Seeing this, my hands trembled uncontrollably, and I almost couldn't catch my breath. It turned out she never loved me at all. All she loved was my money. Their conversation became increasingly explicit, vulgar, and obscene, simply unbearable to read. I couldn't believe these words were coming from the person who slept next to me. My girlfriend, who would blush at a few dirty jokes, was a complete slut behind my back. Thousands of chat records, each word like a needle, densely piercing my heart. They met at an offline event. Later, in order to be together openly, Zhang Yang became a member and bought her course. What was even more shocking was that Guo Li had paid for it all, using her own money to boost his performance. I wondered if a donkey had kicked her in the head. After taking photos of the chat logs, I put the tablet back where it belonged. I didn't go to bed in the room, but made do on the sofa for the night. I was afraid that if I slept with her, I wouldn't be able to resist strangling her. I got up for work before dawn the next day. Every second spent with her was torture. Meanwhile, Ahao brought me the latest news. I was shocked by what he found. Ahao told me that this guy was a notorious womanizer at C University. He was a basketball major, and relying on his good looks and physique, he'd hooked up with many young girls at school. He'd even gotten some girls pregnant. He was a total scumbag. Ahao had someone follow him for a few days and unexpectedly discovered something even more remarkable. This guy had not only hooked up with a rich older woman, but also had an affair with a married female teacher at the school. During his free time, he usually spent his mornings with the female teacher, afternoons in hotels with college girls, and evenings with the rich woman. Wow, just wow. A true master of time management. Even Shou Lo would have to call him master. But the more dirt on him, the better for me. Ahao sent me all the evidence he'd collected, along with the contact information of the rich older woman and the female teacher's husband. It's worth mentioning that Ahao told me the female teacher's husband was a martial arts instructor. He'd been in jail a few years ago for fighting. A real tough guy. Good. Very good. A perfect revenge plan formed in my mind. That afternoon, Guo Li lied to me, saying she had to work overtime again. I replied indifferently, "My hard-working baby, come back quickly when you're done. I'll cook you a late-night snack. Thank you, baby, love you." After work, I drove to the gym and texted the older rich woman using the new phone number Ahao had registered for me. "You fat bitch, think you're so great because you're rich? You're old and ugly. Zhang Yang says he wants to puke every time he sees your face. He and I are true love. If you know what's good for you, get lost and don't affect our relationship." Almost instantly, a call came in. I hung up and texted her, "We're in the middle of something important. Don't bother us." Another call came in, and I immediately pressed the reject button. "Fuck you, you bitch. Who are you? What's your relationship with my boyfriend?" She continued to bombard me with messages. I ignored her. All I had to do now was watch the show. I sat in the car, enjoying the air conditioning and music. Sure enough, after a while, Zhang Yang came out of the gym. He looked nervous, hailing a cab on the side of the road while explaining something on the phone. Guo Li followed closely behind him, seemingly trying to hold him back. But Zhang Yang pushed her away, turned and stared at her with an unusually fierce look, then quickly got into a taxi and sped off, leaving Guo Li standing there looking resentful. It seems he loves money more. I, who had witnessed the whole thing, couldn't stop laughing. This dog running away in such a panic was really funny. Relax, buddy, the game has just begun. I had just arrived home when Guo Li came back. I looked at her innocently. Baby, didn't you say you were working overtime? Why are you back so early? That member had a family emergency and ended early. She forced a smile. Although she disguised it well, I still caught her disappointment and displeasure. After dinner, I was washing dishes in the kitchen. Suddenly, she hugged me from behind and said softly, Baby, my parents and brother are coming tomorrow. They want to have dinner with you and discuss our marriage. You have to behave yourself. Behave my ass. She's cheating on me like this, and she still has the nerve to talk about marriage. Truly, shamelessness is invincible. Her parents aren't any better. Two old geezers with no real jobs, just thinking about how to snag a rich son-in-law. Since they found out about me and Guo Li, they've taken plenty of advantage of me. Before, for Guo Li's sake, I turned a blind eye. As for her brother, he's completely useless, just plays video games all day, doesn't even leave the house for a month. This dinner is 99% about the bride price. I was going to make up an excuse to say I was busy, but then I changed my mind. No problem. I'll pick them up tomorrow. I'll make sure they're satisfied with our marriage. The next day after work, I went straight to the restaurant. As soon as I entered, her dad enthusiastically put his arm around my shoulder, and her mom thoughtfully pulled out a chair for me. Eat first, Xiao Su. You must be starving after a day's work. We ordered all your favorites today. Her parents took turns putting food in my bowl, and my girlfriend wiped my mouth. With this treatment, you'd think I was an emperor. After a few drinks, their true colors began to show. Her dad, tongue-tied, said to me, Xu Cheng, her mother and I are really happy that you and Lily are together. We've treated her like the apple of our eye since she was little, never letting her suffer a bit. Now we just hope you can treat her well, cherish her, and never let her feel wronged. I toasted her dad and readily replied, Don't worry, Uncle and Aunt, I will definitely be good to Lily. I will never let her down in this lifetime. Her mom then said, Our Lily has had countless suitors since she was young. Even now, there are still many matchmakers contacting me, wanting to introduce her to wealthy young men. Just last week, the neighbor's daughter got married, and the groom's family gave a dowry of 200,000. So many people were envious of the pomp and circumstance. I really don't understand. How can their daughter compare to our Lily in terms of education, looks, figure, or personality? I smiled. Lily is the most perfect woman in the world. It's my blessing to have met her. Don't worry, Uncle and Aunt, I know what you're concerned about. Our family's dowry will definitely be more than theirs, and the ceremony will definitely outshine theirs. It'll be the envy of everyone. Seeing a glimmer of hope, her mother said excitedly, Since you say so, then this amount shouldn't be unreasonable, right? She held up 3 fingers. 300,000. How dare she ask for that much? Is she marrying off her daughter or selling her? I had already inquired about the dowry customs in their area. It's usually around 100,000 to 180,000. The 200,000 dowry for the neighbor's daughter was most likely fabricated. I felt the atmosphere was ripe, so I prepared to make a big move. 300,000 for a dowry? How could you even think of such a thing? I slammed the table and stood up, shouting angrily. Her parents were startled. My girlfriend looked at me in disbelief. Even her younger brother, who had been playing games, dropped his phone in shock. Her dad quickly reacted, stood up, and pointed at me, seemingly about to explode in anger. The atmosphere instantly became extremely tense. Her dad had a fiery temper. I was afraid that if I provoked him too much, he would hit me. So I quickly explained, What I mean is, Lily is such a wonderful girl. How could she be worth only 300,000? My parents and I have discussed it. Our family has decided to offer 500,000. After I finished speaking, their eyes widened, all staring at me. Their eyes were filled with surprise and delight. Huh? How much? How much did you say? Her mom's shriek broke the silence. I said, word by word, Auntie, 500,000. Wife, I told you. I knew this young man was reliable from the first glance. We can rest assured in trusting Lily to you. Her dad was so excited he almost jumped up. Her mom was also so thrilled that she didn't know what to do with her hands. My girlfriend hugged me and kissed me on the cheek, coquettishly saying, Baby, I knew you were the best. This family truly embodies the meaning of money talks. I maintained a sincere expression, but sneered inwardly. What reliability? It's all about the money. Looking at her younger brother, who was still playing games, I continued, Uncle, Annie, I don't think it's a good thing for little brother to be playing games at home all the time. How about this? After Lily and I get married, I'll invest in opening a supermarket downstairs, and little brother can be the boss. What do you think? Upon hearing this, her parents excitedly grasped my hands. I continued to paint the picture. If little brother does a good job, I'll invest more money to buy him an apartment, which can serve as his future marital home. By now, these two old folks were speechless. Guo Li, right in front of her whole family, started passionately kissing me. Her brother, acting out of character, stood up and toasted me. Brother Xu, from now on, you are my real brother. I'll follow you through fire and water. Her dad also toasted me. Her mom waved her hand and ordered a few more dishes, all abalone, sea cucumber, and king crab. I glanced at the menu. It wasn't cheap. Whatever, it's not my money anyway. The four of them were immersed in immense joy, none of them noticing the coldness in my eyes. Laugh. Laugh while you can. You won't have the chance soon. That night, Guo Li wore a set of lingerie I'd never seen before, trying desperately to seduce me in bed. It's a pity my heart was already dead to her. That same night, after she fell asleep, I peeked at her tablet again. But this time, the screen was black, requiring a password to unlock. I tried her birthday, my birthday, and all her usual passwords, but none of them worked. Suddenly, I thought of Zhang Yang. I entered his birthday, and the tablet unlocked. I couldn't help but sigh. This is what true love looks like. The latest chat record stopped at an hour ago. I'm very unhappy about that night. You haven't given me a reasonable explanation yet. Although I was curious about how Zhang Yang explained things to the older rich woman that night. After my meddling, he had indeed been quite well behaved recently, and I hadn't seen Guo Li working overtime. Didn't I tell you? That's my older cousin. She came to visit me recently, and I had to accompany her. I don't believe you. Believe it or not, I can't accompany you recently anyway. I saw this and thought, not meeting won't do. Wouldn't my plan be ruined? It seems it's time to give them a push. So the next day, I had a huge fight with Guo Li. Fuck you. Are you having an affair with that male member? I've always felt something was off between you two. After saying that, I slapped her. That feeling's so damn good. I wanted to hit her for a long time. My girlfriend covered her face with one hand, looking at me in shock. Xu Cheng, are you fucking crazy? You dare to... Before she could finish, I slapped her again. I am crazy, so what? Tell me, when did you start with that male member? You slut. Guo Li's eyes immediately turned red with rage. She yelled and rushed over to scratch me. Xu Cheng, fuck your whole family. You're the slut. Your whole family are sluts. I pushed her away and said, You're about to get married. Don't you have a conscience doing this? My girlfriend shouted like a madwoman. There's nothing between me and that male member. Are you fucking insane? I looked at her with disbelief, my eyes full of contempt. Fine, Xu Cheng, you forced me to do this, don't regret it. With that, she slammed the door and left. In the evening, her mother called me and asked me what was going on, why Guo Li suddenly called her and said she wasn't getting married. I remained silent. Perhaps sensing my anger, her mother quickly said, Lily has been spoiled by us since she was a child, and sometimes she is indeed a bit willful, but I know her character. She would never do anything to betray you. I laughed. You know shit. I still didn't speak, continuing to act aloof. Her mother became anxious, afraid that I would also call off the wedding. If that were the case, the 500,000 yuan betrothal gift, the supermarket owner, and the wedding house would all be gone. Don't be angry. Xiao Su, Annie will call her and ask her to come back. Let's talk things out face to face. Not long after hanging up, a hotel booking notification popped up on her tablet. Presumably, her head was so muddled with anger that she forgot to take her tablet and forgot that the tablet could sync messages. I knew she couldn't resist. The show is about to begin. After seeing the hotel booking message, I immediately drove to the hotel. I staked out the place for about an hour, and finally, I saw the cheating couple. They walked into the hotel hand in hand, chatting and laughing. Their loving appearance made people think they were the real deal. I put on my hat and mask and quietly followed them. After they entered a room on the 10th floor, I sent the hotel location and room number to the wealthy older woman and left her a message. You fat cow. Zhang Yang and I are waiting for you here. Let's settle this once and for all. The wealthy older woman replied almost instantly. You bitch, don't you dare run. In less than 20 minutes, the elevator area became noisy. I quickly hid in the stairwell, ready to watch the show. A slightly plump woman who looked to be in her 40s walked over aggressively. And she wasn't alone. 3 muscular men, each about 6'3", followed behind her. You could tell she was really angry. After finding the room, she started banging on the door and cursing. The cheating couple were probably in the middle of their passionate encounter. They had no time for her. Just then, a cleaning lady happened to pass by. The wealthy older woman was quick and snatched the master key card from her waist. 2 beeps, and the door opened. The 4 people rushed in. After seeing the situation inside, the wealthy older woman exploded. Fuck you, Zhang Yang. How dare you cheat on me? Then a woman's scream echoed through the entire hallway. Who else could it be but Guo Li? It wasn't too late, and many people hadn't gone to bed yet. They opened their doors and poked their heads out, ready to watch the drama unfold. I felt the situation wasn't chaotic enough, so I disguised my voice and shouted, The wife is beating up the mistress. Come and see. Everyone perked up and ran out to watch the commotion. I blended into the crowd and started recording with my phone. Zhang Yang was lying there like a dead dog, pinned down by 2 muscular men. Guo Li seemed to have just showered. Her hair was wet, and she was huddled in a corner, shivering, only a towel wrapped around her body. Hit him, the wealthy older woman said coldly. The last muscular man didn't hesitate and kicked Zhang Yang hard in the groin. Ah! A blood-curdling scream echoed in the air. The male onlookers instinctively crossed their legs. So damn satisfying. If I wasn't afraid of being exposed, I would have wanted to kick him too. Don't hit me, baby. You listened to my explanation. Zhang Yang's face was pale, as if he was about to faint. Spit it out. Baby, you misunderstood. She's actually my aunt. Nothing happened between us. Aunt. He actually came up with that. Who in their right mind books a hotel room with their aunt, then gets naked in bed together? Isn't that taking people for fools? As expected, the wealthy older woman became even angrier and kicked him in the stomach. Your fucking aunt. I think she's just a whore. Guo Li had never been insulted like this in her life. Even though her family favored boys over girls, her parents loved her dearly. With her strong self-esteem and need to save face, how could she tolerate this? Who are you calling a whore? You're the whore, you old hag. She yelled and rushed towards the wealthy older woman to hit her. But she didn't even touch a hair on her head before one of the muscular men grabbed her, immobilizing her. The man just had to exert a little force, and Guo Li cried out in pain. Weren't you very arrogant when you sent me those text messages? Today I'll show you what I'm capable of. The wealthy older woman first ripped off Guo Li's towel and then shouted to the onlookers, Come on, everyone, take a look at what the home-wrecking slut looks like. Her naked body was exposed to everyone. Guo Li was ashamed and anxious, trying to cover herself with her hands. But due to the significant difference in strength compared to the muscular man, she could only watch herself being humiliated. The onlookers were all enjoying the spectacle. No one would help her. You little bitch, just looking at you makes me angry. With that, the wealthy older woman unleashed her fury on Guo Li, slapping her a dozen times until she burst into tears. And Zhang Yang played dead the whole time, not even daring to utter a sound. This farce didn't last long. The hotel manager and security arrived and dispersed the crowd. Before leaving, I heard the wealthy older woman tell Zhang Yang, "You have to pay back every penny of the hundreds of thousands I spent on you during our relationship, or I'll have someone beat you up every day." I waited at the hotel entrance for about 10 minutes and finally saw Zhang Yang limping out, followed by Guo Li, whose face was swollen like a pig's head. A stark contrast to when they first arrived. They had a huge fight and parted on bad terms. Everything went as smoothly as I had planned. When the time was right, I sent the pre-written message to Guo Li. "Baby, I was wrong. I shouldn't have been so sensitive and spoken to you so harshly. I just love you too much, and I'm afraid of losing you. Please forgive me. I promise it won't happen again. My birthday is in a few days, and I want to formally propose to you in front of everyone, making them all envious. Come back. Your Chung who loves you forever." She replied that she needed a few more days to cool off, saying that the hurt I caused her this time was too great. I laughed. Of course, she wouldn't dare come home to see me now. Otherwise, how could she explain her face to me? She also said she would come to my birthday. That put my mind at ease. The final act wouldn't be nearly as effective without her. Immediately after, I called her mother and said we had reconciled. I casually mentioned that I was going to propose to Guo Li on my birthday. Her mother shrieked with excitement and said yes. On my birthday, I booked a large private room in a 5-star hotel. Guo Li arrived alone, her face almost back to normal. There were a few inconsistencies. She told me she had been stung by bees. Hilarious. She could even come up with such a lame excuse. Besides Guo Li's immediate family, I invited her aunts, uncles, and even her elementary school classmates, arranging 4 full tables. I've never seen such a luxurious hotel. A meal here must cost tens of thousands, right? Old Guo, your daughter is so lucky to have found such a capable partner. I heard your son-in-law is going to open a supermarket for your son. My good-for-nothing just graduated and can't find a job. Old Guo, do you think you could? Guo Li's father beamed with pride amidst the chorus of praise. Everyone agreed, wishing their daughters could find a man like me. Only Guo Li remained expressionless throughout, probably still angry. I figured the time was right and gave a signal to a waiter nearby. The waiter understood and said a few words into the walkie-talkie. Suddenly, all the lights in the private room went out, replaced by romantic and warm candlelight. At the same time, the floor was covered with roses and white balloons floated on the surrounding walls. Together, they formed the words, "Marry me." Soft, melodious music filled the room. I seized the moment, knelt down on one knee, holding a 1-carat diamond ring I bought from Pinduoduo. "Baby, will you marry me? I will love you and stay by your side forever." Guo Li was completely stunned. Seeing this, everyone shouted in unison, "Marry him! Marry him!" Then I poured out a bunch of cheesy lines, moving her to tears. The heart that had been broken by the scumbag not long ago was now healed. "I do." Amidst the cheers and applause, I put the ring on her finger, and we embraced tightly. Just then, the door to the private room suddenly burst open. A delivery man walked in and asked loudly, "Excuse me, is Mr. Xu Cheng here? I have a package that requires your signature." I paused, then stood up and gestured for the waiter to turn on lights. "The note says this is an engagement gift for you, and it should be viewed with your friends and family." With that, the delivery man handed me a USB drive. Her dad yelled, "What good stuff? Let everyone have a look." Everyone else joined in, wanting to see what was on the USB drive. There happened to be a computer and a large screen in the private room. After I set up the equipment, I plugged in the USB drive. I clicked it open. There was only one video inside. I glanced around. Everyone seemed extremely excited, their eyes glued to the big screen. Guo Li didn't understand what was going on, but there was also a hint of anticipation in her eyes. I smiled wickedly. And press play. "Zhang Yang, you F***ing dare to cheat on me? Baby, let me explain. She's my aunt." "Aunt? I think she's just a stinking whore. F asterisk CK your mother, you're the whore. Immediately following were images of Guo Li being stripped naked and slapped repeatedly. I also turned the volume up to the max for fear that the people in the back row wouldn't be able to hear. After the video finished playing, the entire room was dead silent. Any idiot could see what had happened. I looked at Guo Li with feigned disbelief. She was completely dumbfounded. Embarrassment, shame, anger, confusion. All sorts of expressions crossed her face. Her rapid changes in expression would have put an Oscar-winning actress to shame. Everyone looked at each other. No one dared to speak. Slap. A loud slap broke the silence. Everyone jumped. You disgraced me and your mother. You shameless thing. Guo Li was slapped to the ground. It was obvious that the slap had been delivered with full force. How could I have given birth to such a shameless creature? I'll kill you today. Her dad cursed as he grabbed a glass and was about to smash it on Guo Li's head. Everyone rushed to stop him. Unable to bear the shock, her mother fainted. Everyone panicked, calling for an ambulance while administering first aid. The scene was chaotic. I seized the opportunity and slipped away quietly, because the last person left to pay the bill definitely couldn't be me. After I walked out of the hotel, I took a deep breath. The air had never smelled so sweet. As soon as I got home, I changed the password lock and packed all of Guo Li's belongings, tossing them into the dumpster downstairs. During this time, Guo Li and her father called me countless times. I could guess what they wanted to say. I simply blocked them all, too lazy to waste my breath. Immediately after, I compiled all the evidence of Guo Li's affair with Zhang Yang and posted it online. I also asked how to use his connections to help me spread it. The more people saw it, the better. Of course, I didn't forget to send a separate copy to the female teacher's husband, the martial arts instructor. Within a few days, a huge scandal erupted at C University. It was said that a male college student and a married female teacher at the school were having an affair, and her husband found out. The husband went directly to the classroom where the student was attending class and beat him up in front of more than 40 people. It was said that he was particularly ruthless, and no one in the classroom dared to intervene. If the police hadn't arrived in time, the student probably would have been beaten into a vegetative state. The most crucial part was that his little brother was ruined. For the rest of his life, he would be no different from a eunuch. Guo Li didn't fare much better. The more she thought about it, the angrier she got. The reputation of "listen up" Jim also suffered greatly. After her boss learned about her deeds, he fired her immediately and demanded that she compensate the gym for the damage to its reputation. I heard it even went to court. Her parents also severed ties with her and kicked her out of the house. It was time to deliver the final blow. I had Ahao send someone to find her and give her a beating. I specifically told Ahao to leave her with one last breath. She couldn't be allowed to die so easily. Didn't she like Zhang Yang? Then she should suffer the same pain Zhang Yang suffered. After all, true couples share both joys and sorrows. Ahao said someone last saw her next to a garbage bin on Food Street. With this, the revenge drama I orchestrated finally came to an end.